a break week in there?
Well, 5
there
plus
is, isn't
7
there?
is 12, so yeah.
Yeah, so they do have one. So they got another one between Belgium and Japan, and then they've got 3 races left. So we're actually nearing the end of this. There's 4 races after this for the Academy.
I guess the point of this is that it gives them a chance to go into the other leagues, doesn't it, for the last 3 races and see how they do.
Yeah, I might move some people in there if I'm feeling nice.
Are there any free slots in the Super League?
I think there is, yeah. Leo Cat might go in there.
You know what, right? I wish they kept the, because you know how, like, Bahrain has that outer track, yeah?
Yeah.
I really wish they kept the bridge layout of this track, you know, the one from, like, 2008. I wish they kept that so you could do, like, a Silverstone outer as a 70th Grand Prix race.
That could be very good.
Like,
that would be very good. What do you guys think in the chat so far? Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Gavra Racing Academy League. As we were just saying before, only after this, there's only 4 races left in the Academy 2 Cent. It's obviously a little bit shorter. There are 11 races, but obviously, as you just said before, it's a little bit of an introduction to Gavra itself. They get a little bit of a feel of what the racing is like. And then, and then they get to go into the big boy leagues in the next seasons, which the next season will be in the next game. And I'm excited. I hope everyone's excited for the new game. I mean, it's probably quite far away still, few months to go, but you know, the excitement's still there.
Definitely a few months out, but just seeing the way the cars looked under the lights in Bahrain yesterday, they do look very, very nice. I mean, like the all the memes of the Ferrari, the Aston Martin, and the Alpine looking like the cars from the Cars film. If anyone's seen that, I already hope that
I know what you mean.
Oh, Dapper Gaming's round at the final corner.
Big spin for Dapper Gaming. And Toussaint, I don't know if you want to, we're getting some quali laps in the wet here in Silverstone, which is an interesting one. Starting off for a wet quali this week. And tell us about the championship standings.
Indeed, I will, Tiger. So, Leo Cat still in the championship lead, but Mason cutting the gap now between the two to just 22 points as Dapper Gaming has quite another big spinner. Mike goes to provisional pole then. So they're separated by 22 points at the top of the standings. Heblerino is in third after picking up another solid podium position in Austria. Mikey slumps now back to fourth, to Hebler in fifth. V-Roby in sixth on 44 points, to Etched the Austrian on 41 points. BT Nuts quite a ways back then, 26 points in eighth. Revkov in ninth, and Hungary Hippo, who hasn't made it today, rounds out the top 10 in the championship.
Fair enough. So it's a bit of a battle on between Mason and Leo Cat. And did you say who's third? Sorry.
Heblerino, but quite a way back.
Quite far off. So it's come down to a 2-horse race between these guys.
I wouldn't say Heblerino's out of the question. He's 15 points behind Mason, and what's that? 37 points behind Leo Cat. So never say never. 39 points even behind Leo, but never say never. Well, I just said it twice, but anything can happen in motorsport, so we're just going to have to wait and see. V-Roby looking very good at the moment, up there in P2, 1 minute 37.7. A long way off of the lap record in this league, set by Mr. Schumacher, 124.8. That was last season. Don't think we're going to be getting anywhere near that in the wet, though, with 11 minutes left to run in this session.
I don't think we would, but we've seen a bit of a resurgence, though, from V-Roby in the past 3 races, Toussaint, especially when he filled in, I believe it was in the freshman league. He was very, very quick through there as well. Took the battle to RC8 up in who's currently championship leader over there. But yeah, V-Roby has had quite a big resurgence, been looking very quick in recent weeks. So I have to see if he can bring the fight to Mason and Leo Cat. Currently is doing so in quali, but remember, a 25% race left to go after this. And let's see what the drivers are able to do here on the quite wonderful and home track for us, Toussaint, Silverstone. And you know, I've never been to Silverstone before, Toussaint, but I really want to go. I think it'd be a very good race.
I've been once. We sat on the entrance of Cops Corner for like a Formula Renault race, so it was just quite cool. It's actually very loud. It's louder than I thought it would be, to be honest, considering that they're only like Formula Renault cars, but it was still quite a fun day out. So yeah.
Toussaint, I've got an important announcement.
Yes.
Robert Codfather has just entered the chat. How are you doing, my guy? Yes, Robert Codfather. Welcome, welcome. Hello as well to Aston Dazza, High Velocity, Cash Stengel, and Rick Holt as well. But the main man, Robert Codfather, is here. How are you doing, my guy? I want to see you active in the chat, chatting away. Good old Robert Codfather, you gotta love him too, saying him and Willie Stank are the iconic duo here in Gavra Racing.
Name a more dynamic duo, I'll wait.
No, yeah, we'll wait. Cash Tango says, Tiger, what's your personal best in Silverstone? Haven't got one yet, to answer your question. Haven't got one yet, to answer your question. If I was to give you my personal best from... Robert Copper says he's studying form. Fair enough. Get watching closely, Robert. Get some tips from these guys.
Disqualified.
All annoying has been disqualified
for going the wrong way.
Oh dear, oh dear. Speaking about that, actually, to say all annoying, the only person to have picked up a penalty does have an LLP1, so he well, obviously will get that one place grid reduction at the end, but unfortunately we'll be starting from the back. And also a new driver I forgot to completely mention. Hello, Gucci Gang Growan. And yes, I know it's Gucci Gang. And he's got flying into the wall and he's out. He's lost it on the rear.
That was a short introduction.
Yeah, short introduction to Gucci Gang, but he's already out of this Gucci Gang Rowan here.
We would sing the song, but I think we might get copyrighted.
No, we probably would, yeah, to be fair. Welcome Gav in the chat. And yeah, I know, I would love to go to Silverstone. I'd love to go to any F1 track, actually. Apart from a few. Actually, to say, if you got the opportunity to go to any F1 track, which one would you say like no to? Or would you say not? Would you not? What would you say? Would you say no to any of them, or would there be a one you would go no?
Russia, those two.
Fair enough. Would you still go to Abu Dhabi?
Yes, I would.
Even though the racing is... Oh, Beaty Nuts has joined. Hello, Beaty Nuts.
The hotel changes colour, mate. That's enough for me.
Yeah, no one wants to go to Sochi because it's just... Well, it's Sochi.
And no one wants to go to Saudi Arabia because, well...
Because of reasons we can't discuss on this stream.
We'll get demonetised.
We would get demonetised, so we can't mention that. I would go to Spain. I would go to Catalonia and I'd just go to the quali.
I would go to Spain and just like you can stay in Barcelona and then like the track's like 20 minutes away.
Yeah, you could, but I'm saying I'd just go watch quali.
Actually, I was considering going to Barcelona for testing a couple of years ago, to be honest.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
It'd be a good idea because it's a really cheap way to go and see Formula 1 for all of you low-budget enthusiasts out there.
It is, to be fair, though, because I'm sure I don't know how much the tickets are for F1, but I'm sure you could fly out there really cheaply and find somewhere like decent but cheap in Spain.
Well,
it's not
exactly,
difficult.
Because also you'll be going during February when no one goes to Spain on holiday.
Yeah, exactly. So it'd just be cheap.
But when I was looking, you could get tickets for I think about 18 or 20 euro, which it's tiny compared to what you pay for the Grand Prix.
Yeah, compared as well, if you were to go to say Abu Dhabi, for example, you'd pay a lot to go and travel and stay there. And you would basically be seeing the same thing anyway, but just on a different circuit.
I also wouldn't go to the Chinese Grand Prix. I feel like that's had quite a few boring races.
No, I wouldn't go to China, Sochi, Saudi Arabia. Actually, I would go to Saudi Arabia on the new circuit, which is right next to the new Six Flags park. Now, that's when I would go to Saudi Arabia.
For those of you who don't know, Tiger loves roller coasters and theme parks.
Yeah. They don't need to know that. This is racing.
That's his other passion.
That is. Motorsport. It is. Leo Cat on pole by a huge margin. Look at him flying on the softs. So we'll read out that figure and we'll get back on the flying on the softs. I don't know what I'm saying.
That's an interesting colour for softs.
I've lost it. To answer your question from me, I very much enjoyed it. Toussaint?
Loved it to bits.
Cool. Okay, anyway. Our racing, so Leo Cat in pole position at woman, 136.5. Mikey quite far behind with a 137.3. And Toussaint, once again, Mason, he's not getting in the lap that he needs. However, he is 6/10 up according to my timings, but you know how wrong they can be because it is F1 2020, so I'm just going to have to try and guess how well he's doing. Oh, he's not going very well into Vale there, Toussaint, as he comes round the final corner through Club. Stays just off the curb, and he's just not quick enough, but he's gotten closer to Leo Cat. That's what he needed.
No, he hasn't, because Leo Cat just got into the 1:35.
How is he doing that? That's crazy.
Quicker.
That's mad lap from Leo Cat.
He's out there finding the grip when nobody else can at the moment, and showing why he is the championship leader at this point in time.
Did you guys already go to see a GP live? I haven't actually seen a Formula 1. Toussaint's been to a Formula 1 track.
No, I've been to a track, but it's a Formula
hasn't watched
not for
actual
F1.
Formula 1. No, I haven't actually had a chance to go and watch a Formula 1 race. I want to.
Formula E was coming to London. I bought tickets for that, but then Coffee Boy happened, so yeah, that didn't happen.
Coffee Boy? Coffee Boy?
As Mikey now goes to P2, 1:36.3. It's all like I'll just say the pandemic. Then there you go. So just to not confuse people.
Coffee Boy.
Yeah, Coffee Boy. Because like
is anyone else really confused, or is it just me?
What's one of the symptoms of Corona? Coughing. Okay, never mind.
Oh, coughing boy. I thought you said coffee, like the drink, like coffee.
No, not the drink.
I thought you said coffee. I was like, well, hang on a minute. Our Velocity says, Tiger and Toussaint, here's why track evolution. Well, yeah, fair enough. Well, it looks like the track's getting a lot better over the course of the session, Toussaint.
Although you would think that with the rain coming down, though, it'd wash away any rubber that the drivers actually lay down. So I think that's just pure pace from Leo Cat, to be honest.
Possibly is. And Pierce said he went to the Belgium 2017 Grand Prix. And he said running on Rouge is so impressive in real life. I bet it is.
Yeah, I bet it is. Especially those high downforce cars in their first season. That must have been incredible to watch.
Yeah,
that's why I really wanted to go to Silverstone this year, because it's the last year that we have these like really high downforce cars, and you're going to see them flying through Maggots, Beckett's, and
You never know. You might get a chance later in the year. You possibly get a chance because it's supposed to get better anyway with the good old vaccine rollout. But Toussaint, at the moment, Mikey ahead of Mason. Mason not ahead of Leo Cat. Mason currently in the pits. He's going to probably want to come out very, very soon if he wants to put a lap in. But that was pretty impressive time from Mikey, and he was showing lots of pace in the start of the season. Toussaint first few races, but currently not doing as well in terms of his pace and recent races.
Yeah, certainly. Mikey, he looked to be one of the front three runners, but has slipped back in the last few races. But currently sits P2 on another lap now. I think this will be his last lap of the session. Let's see if he can convert. Although I think he's backed out on that. Only 3.6 seconds down, so should have enough time to get back round to start another lap then for the Irish driver. So very close to his home country, but not in his home race today then.
Unfortunately, the Irish don't have any F1 tracks, so the closest thing they can get to is Silverstone. But
Mason's not coming out, Tiger. That's his qualifying done. Nope.
No, he is. No, he's on his way out.
He's not got enough time though, surely, unless he.
No, I think the session time is a little bit. It'll be a little bit off, probably about 10-15 seconds behind. So he should have enough time. But Toussaint, someone we haven't mentioned, and I know me and you know pretty much every single corner name on this track, but there is a new name added to this track very recently. If we go to the start-finish straight, the Lewis Hamilton Straight here, the Sir Lewis Hamilton Straight, is now officially a thing here in Silverstone.
Can I just say they stole that from Rye House?
Did they?
Stolen. Yes, they did.
Oh dear, what are we going to do, Toussaint? God, I could see everyone here crying in the chat because they stole it from Rye House.
I did used to work there, and the main straight there is also called the Hamilton Straight, obviously in honour of Hamilton's karting career, which he started there. But very nice that they've named part of the track after probably the most successful British sportsman of all time. Mr. Chris Hoy, maybe. I'm not
I'd probably put him up there. Put him up there. It would be a big debate whether he is or not, but I would put him up there. But Toussaint, Mason currently on an outlap, so is Leo Cat. So Leo Cat can improve, be an absolute stormer of a lap. We'll have to find out. Detcher, by the way, currently on a lap at the moment, coming into Brooklands. He's gone very, very wide through there. So definitely probably going to lose a lot of time there. Just having a look at De Hebler and Heblerino. Obviously, you know Heblerino, third in the championship, Toussaint. And he's going to need to put in a storm or a lap as he comes flying through Mackens and Beckett's. You know, he had a big wobble through the middle of that section there and almost lost the car through Mackens and Beckett's.
And Mason has got to the line in time then, so as you're saying, Tiger, the times are a bit wrong there. Let's look at Leocat. Leocat 7/10 up.
He's not, surely that can't be right.
Oh, sorry, no, 1/10 up. That's the interval from his last. I was
going to say,
amazed. That's the interval from
his last.
I know, that would have been
crazy.
Sorry,
so BT Nuts not being able to improve. Mikey in the pits too saying he's not going to be able to improve on his lap. Only going to stay second with that 36.3. Let's see if anyone else can improve. De Etch, I don't think is going to improve. I think he's definitely down on his time. Yeah, he is. He comes into the pits. All down to Mason now. Let's see if he can improve as well. De Hebler. Let's see what De Hebler can do as he comes through the village here. He's going to go down the Wellington Straight. Let's see what he's able to do. As Mason coming now through Cops. And that definitely is not flat out in the rain, but is nearly flat. Well, basically is flat out on fresh softs and no fuel. As Mason there battling the car through Maggots and Beckett's as best he can. And he's coming out now down the Hangar Straight.
Only 2/10 up, Tiger. It's not enough from the Englishman. But what can Leocat do? Leocat's 5/10 up. It's going to be a monster time. It's a 35.4.
35.4
nearly a second
for Leocat.
clear of Mikey.
That's crazy from Leocat there. 35.4. Mikey going to stay second to Etcher in third. Let's see what Mason can do. He's just come through Vale to St. Now round through Club. De Hebler's off. He won't be able to improve. Mason to the line. And it's only a 37.1. And he stays in third place. And it's the top three, Toussaint, now we had so familiar to us in the first part of the season. De Hebler definitely isn't going to improve. Heblerino's is invalidated, Toussaint, all the way down in 8th place. He's not going to be able to improve either. And that's third place in the championship, all the way down in 8th.
And that's definitely not what Heblerino needed. There's a lot of cars now between himself and his championship rivals. But storming lap there from Leocat, 9/10 clear of the opposition. That was an absolutely outrageous lap.
Super League potential, I think, there, Toussaint. That's definitely Super League potential for Leocat. He comes drifting through Maggots and Beckett's. You know, he's not driving the car, but what a lap from Leocat. And that ends the qualifying session here in the wet, so we're going to have to find out what happened in the 25% race now. And yeah, but as I was saying earlier on, Toussaint, I'm excited to see what's going to be in the new game. Hopefully it's a lot better than this one.
Well, hopefully the new cars.
Hopefully, but yeah, Leocat on pole position, Mikey in second, Mason in third, Etcher in fourth, De Hebler in fifth, V Roby in sixth, Revkov in seventh, Heblerino eighth, Black Charizard in ninth, Volodoharis in 10th, Eatler in 11th, BT Nuts in 12th, DBD in 13th, Kaflemo in 14th, Thiago Santos in 15th, Dapper Gaming in 16th, Gucci Gang in 17th, and All Annoying at the back in 18th place. And yeah, but hopefully, Toussaint, it's a lot better than this game. Can't wait to see the new cars and new tracks. Hopefully, Imola and Portimao. And I was going to say hopefully Saudi Arabia, but I don't really know whether I'm going to hope for that or not. If I'm perfectly honest with you. But it doesn't even look that bad though. Like it looks.
It's going to be cool. It's going to be cool to watch. A quali lap, but. There's nowhere to overtake apart from turn one.
Let's just say I'm not going to count it out, guys, but I will heavily test it and see what I think. It may be put on as like a special. I will definitely. Well, my plan is Toussaint for the new season. I'll let everybody who's in the chat now have a little bit of an insight. I'm going to run some like they did last season, what Gavra did for the start of the first season. I'm going to put some testing sessions on for people. Just before the season, just obviously so I can see how everything is. It won't be anything spectacular, just be some test sessions, just to see how everything goes. And I also might be having a play around, Toussaint, with some track limits.
Really? We're going to do our own track limits?
No, I'm thinking of things. All right, I'm trying. I want to make the races more enjoyable, and not the fact that you have to constantly worry about F1's stupid track limits. So okay. I'm thinking of things. Okay, it's brainstorming. There's lots going on at the moment. So ready for the new season.
So, a big split in the strategy here. As I've got a notification that won't clear off the screen. So Leocat, Mason, Roby, Revkov, DVD and BT Nuts all on the medium tyres, going for a contra strategy there.
To be fair, we've seen Leo Cap many times this season to go for that alternate strategy on the mediums and then go mediums to softs. He seems to like it. But whether Mason can then keep up with him on the mediums is another question. And maybe Mason just struggling in those wet conditions. He might be able to pick the pace up in the dry. But look how far Leocat's pulled away from the pack in this formation lap.
He's done a bit of Max Verstappen there.
He's done an X90 is what he's done.
He's going to want to back up the pack fairly soonish though, to heat some heat in those tyres before we get to turn 1 with Abbey and Farm, I think.
Abbey and Farm, I think it is, isn't it into Village? Isn't Village that section in the middle, and then it's down there? I literally just said we knew all the corner names on this track, but
turn 1 is Abbey, then the sloping left-hander is Farm,
and then the Village,
3, then the Village,
and then it's the Wellington Straight, and then it's Brooklands. Then is it Lovefield?
Brooklands, Lovefield, Woodcote, Cops, Maggots,
Beckett's Chapel,
Stowe,
Wellington Straight, Stowe, Vale Club, Bang, Boom, Bish, Bosh, done.
And that's all 18 corners of the Silverstone track there.
There it is. Here we go, Toussaint. All the cars are going to line up on the grid. Difficult to compare track limits on game and Hamilton in Bahrain race turn 4.
We'll talk about that after the race.
Max Verstappen did it as well, and the Red Bull team actually told him to do so. So, in your face, Piero. So everybody was doing it. It wasn't just Lewis. So all those people Lewis got the track.
Let's just watch the race.
Yeah, here we go. Lights going out here in the academy. And they're not going to go out when we're ready to sink, because, it is F1 2020.
Revs build.
Yep, they're the Revs build, and there we go, and the lights around, and away they go. We have someone off to a very good start at the back. I think that was Thiago Santos, but Leocat off to a good start here. Mason already going to try and go wheel to wheel with Mikey into turn 1. Mason's dropped all the way down into 4th in the end. It's not a good start for Mason. OV Roby all the way up into 5th place is going to try and go down the inside of Mason. Heblerino up to 7th right behind De Hebler, but Leocat for a good start. Mason not with the best of starts. He's dropped down into 4th place now as there's battles happening all the way at the back here. We got someone round at the back. It's Keflemo. Keflemo around at the back. It's all annoying, and DBD going wheel to wheel here. And I have bad memories of lap 1 in these races too. Say this Revkov and Black Charizard go wheel to wheel. There's been contact between the two of them. Contact again between the two of them. It looks like Volador Harris went round the outside trying to avoid the contact. As Heblerino getting past the Hebler here just before Cops, and he's going to get the move done. But it looks like we're all pretty much off to a good start so far.
That front pack was so well behaved, but down the back we've had a bit of damage. Dapper Gaming picking up front right end plate damage there on lap 1 at Brooklands. That's going to be unfortunate for him in his second ever race here in Gavra. But here comes Mikey taking it to Leocat down the hanger straight, going in towards Stowe. Mikey on the outside, Leocat on the inside. Can Mikey sweep round the outside of his championship? Rather going to get the cutback though of the exit of the corner on those soft tyres, really making it work for the Irishman. He now goes to the outside, turns to the inside for
Mason with the move,
and Mikey gets past.
Mason with the move as well on De Etcher, and he just can't get the move done. And this is not what Mason wanted to say, because Mason's now Mason's dropped a second back from these guys as Leocat now possibly looking for the move back on Mikey and isn't going to go for it there into the village. Can Mason look for the move on De Etcher? Isn't going to go for it there as well. He needs some DRS to help him out as Black Charizard and Revkov now going wheel to wheel here as Black Charizard now down the inside. Here comes Eatler now possibly looking to the inside as well, and you don't want to be in the inside of that corner, Eatler. You might end up upside down in the wall on the left hand side as
In the early stages of this race here, Tiger, the mediums really aren't working. Mason and Leocat now slipping back into the clutch of the cars behind them. Mason's already lost that DRS advantage now to the extra in front of him. In fact, the extra is closing as well on Leocat. That gap down from about 1.5 to 1.2 seconds on this lap.
Possibly it may be just the opening few laps or two, so when the tyre wear comes into play, it might then affect the drivers. As it only is a 25% race, so they can do medium or soft or medium. They do have to make the pit stop though in these races. And Mikey's off to with a second lead already. Mikey on a flyer today, 2 cent already. But Heblerino possibly even looking for the move on Mason now.
And that was crucial for Mikey's race. Needs to clear that DRS to Leocat behind, making sure that the Portuguese driver has no advantage down the straights with that slot opening up in the rear wing of the black and red car. Revkov down the inside, goes to the outside now for Club on Black Charizard. But Black Charizard keeps it as Revkov runs wide at the final corner. They're going to go 3 wide, maybe with Thiago Santos and Eatler getting interested. Then Thiago Santos backs back in behind Revkov, and in the dirt here gets a waft of understeer, drifts out wide through Abbey, but no, Revkov very late on the brakes and just about manages to not hit the back of Black Charizard.
Yeah, some great battles going on at the moment here in the academy. Is Thiago Santos right behind the back of Revkov now after he was battling with Black Charizard, but here comes Eaton now, possibly look for a move on Thiago Santos into Brooklands, but just can't get the move done there at the moment. And Heblerino right up behind Mason. Mason, as he said, 2 cent, really struggling on these soft tyres as Eaton getting past Thiago Santos. We've got someone round at the back. It's Dapper, no it isn't, it's Gucci Gang round at the back there. And him and Dapper gaming quite far behind. Now got Flemo down at Brooklands and Lovefield off the track as well. I don't know how he's managed to end up on the inside there, interestingly. As some spinners round at the back, but back up to the front, 2 cent. Got some interesting gaps forming. Mason is gaining back again on De Etcher, but here comes Heblerino. Has it to the inside of Stowe. He's going to go down the inside. Can he make the move done? And yes, indeed, Heblerino has made the move done on Mason up into 4th place, and now he's got to hunt down De Etcher.
And Mason being smart there, he knows it isn't his fight at the moment, needs to run his race, keep his head down, but he's not going to like losing all these positions. De Hedler now in a similarly liveried car, the orange and blue reminiscent of the McLaren livery in real life. But now look at V. Roby down the inside. Oh, very close to wiping both of them out of the race there was V. Roby on De Hedler.
That was very, very close there from V. Roby. That could have ended in disaster for him, but at the moment currently running 7th. He's got a big gap behind, so this group of front runners, 2 cent, have formed a decent sized gap, 2.5 seconds back to Black Charizard. And V. Roby running in a good position. He's on those mediums, he's gapping the car behind, so if you can carry that up, then he'd be in for a good position. But Heblerino is caught up to De Etcher. He's within a second now. Mason's just dropping so far back because he's now got De Hebler right up behind him as well.
And interestingly here, Tiger, Heblerino has underfueled a little bit. The yellow light on his dashboard there coming on, telling him that he is slightly low on fuel. So let's see how much that affects him going forward into this race. But now De Hedler is going to have DRS on Mason, and it doesn't look like Mason's going to be able to defend if anything here. It's gaining all the time. Is the German on the Brit? Mason goes defensive. De Hedler goes to the outside. He swings around this contact. And De Hedler loses part of his front wing there. He might have to come in for damage. Mason's in the pits. Mason comes in. The pits. That's very early.
That's very early for Mason. He's got no damage, does he? Though there's no damage. But that was all De Hedler's work there. He gave himself damage. I don't know why he went into the side of Mason on the outside there. It was a bit interesting. But here comes it's V. Roby behind him, 2 cent, looking for the move.
And it's softs for Mason. Mason's going to go to the end on the soft tyres.
Has he had a wing change? No wing change. Hasn't. Maybe those mediums just find them too slow in these opening stages of this race.
That certainly seems like it was the case there, Tiger. So
I don't understand that. Surely Mason, wouldn't a better strategy have not have been to have gone for the softs alternately to Leocat? Surely would have been a better strategy than the mediums at the end.
He must have felt that the mediums just weren't working out for him at all. He couldn't find the pace and he was hemorrhaging position, so he may as well pit early and go. I'm saying,
wouldn't it be better since they're both battling for the championship? Wouldn't you think it's better maybe Mason go for the standard strategy while Leocat going for the alternate?
Well, what Mason has gone for here now is essentially a massive undercut. He's hoping that Leocat and Mikey hold each other up now, whilst Leocat's still on those medium tyres.
He's going to be really struggling at the end of the race, though.
Yeah, he definitely could here, Tiger.
Oh, there's a spinner in! Oh, through Stowe. It was Revkov who was on about with Black Trouser, and De Hebler and Heblerino in early.
That's for medium. Well, we are nearly at the halfway. Well, we are at the halfway point of this race now, really. Lap 6 of 13, so
that's
not unsurprising to see them coming in.
Is the tyre wear more in a 25% race? Since it's a short race, so is it the same as a 50? Oh, Eatler's got. Sorry, De Hebler's got wing damage. He's had to repair that.
Yeah, we saw that before when he went wheel to wheel with Mason, I think. But when does Mason come out now in relation to these two actually here, Tiger? Rounding the final corner, he's going to be out ahead, I think. It's going to be close between him and Heblerino. Heblerino now getting back up to speed. Comes back out on the track. There's Mason going through turn 2. He's behind Heblerino here.
Remember, Mason's on soft tyres. Heblerino on those mediums. Let's see if Heblerino can take those mediums better than the likes of Leocat and Mikey. But look at, speaking of Leocat and Mikey, oh god, that was a burp there. Look how close these two, look how close Leocat is now to Mikey on those medium tyres.
DRS open for the Portuguese driver down the hanger straight, gaining on Mikey. Our championship leader looking to overtake third in the championship. Hasn't gone for a move as of yet, not choosing to dump all of his ERS. Then does Mikey come into the pits? Mikey does, and Leocat follows him.
Leocat follows. Interesting, yeah, but that means Leocat's only coming about a lap or two behind where Mason is. So let's see what happens, because Mason's all the way down in 14th. So let's see where these guys are going to go. It's beating us, and Thiago Santos having a battle here into Stowe. As Black Charizard into the pits. So is V Roby as well. Some early pit stops, to say, in this race. And why does it look overcast? That's interesting. Looking a bit overcast, interestingly.
I don't think these are early pit stops though here, Tiger. We're on lap 7 of 13. These races go by so quickly. I think these are scheduled pit stops that we're seeing here, but where is Mason coming out? He's still stuck behind Heblerino.
Some of the people on the mediums have come in quite early, would you not say?
I think that they can easily do over half race distance on those softs, and the mediums simply just aren't working.
Mason's come out behind. Mason's come out behind De Etcher.
But Heblerino's jumped to Etcher. That's the thing in the pit lane. So Heblerino now finds himself in net P3, but Mason on the better tyres, well, the tyre compound, softer, sorry. But
now here's the thing, Leocat's on the softs, Mikey's on the mediums now, and they both pit at the same time, so now it's advantage to Leocat. This is like Bahrain, it's like opposite tyres, like the advantage has gone back the other way now.
I was about to say exactly that. It's very much like the Bahrain Grand Prix, which happened yesterday at time of stream. I'm looking at the three-way battle though, which is this essentially three-way battle for third. Mason needs some damage limitation here now at this point in the race. He can't afford a fifth place
finish. Look at
Eatler
on Revkov. Eatler right on the back of Revkov. These guys are going to come into the pits. No, they don't, interestingly. They stay out. Eatler's staying out for a lot longer. Possibly, yeah. But look how close Leocat is getting behind now. Mikey, too. He's getting very, very close. And Mason's not finding the pace. He's fallen too far back. He's losing time to De Etcher. What on earth? What's happened to Mason? He was so quick in the opening few races, and he's dropped off so much throughout the season, too. What has happened to him? He's done an album.
Let's give him a chance here, though. He's still being affected by the dirty air of the car in front. Even with although he does have a compound fresher tyres, out of those three, those tyres are also the oldest. So he could be finding it a bit hard to get through at the moment. I'm going back up here to Leocat though. I'm going to go back up to Eatler actually.
Oh, Mikey getting past DBD, and Leocat's going to follow through, and possibly Leocat, you're going to look to the inside of Mikey, because Mikey ran deep, trying to get past DBD.
They're not going to go wheel to wheel into cops, are they?
Well, I don't think so. I don't think Leocat's close enough. Welcome Black Country to the chat. You're just missing an exciting battle here for what is the net lead of the race between Mikey and Leocat, as these guys both on fresh, one on fresh mediums, one on fresh softs, as you go flying through Maggots, Beckett's and Chapel here, down towards the hangar straight. And let's see what's going to happen. Oh, someone's on! Gucci gang, somebody's retired!
That's worked out beautifully for Revkov and Eatler, who were waiting for this moment. Wow!
Oh, wow. And that now bunches Mason up right behind these guys as well. And now DBD can also come into the pits.
Mikey stays out. Leocat stays out. We'll do it. Does anyone else pit? Heblerino?
No, I think it's too late. I think you dropped too far back. I think you would.
Certainly.
I think you definitely would drop too far back. But this is going to bunch the whole pack up now. And that's, as you said, she said that has worked out beautifully for Revkov and Eatler. And unfortunately to say, this pit lane on this track is probably one of the longest in the entire calendar. It is so it just eats away at you, the amount of time you spend firstly going into the pit lane, because the pit limiter line, I don't know why is it so far back. Why?
Honestly, don't know.
I don't understand why. And then the exit as well. All the pit boxes are like right at the start of the pit lane, so you've got an extra 100, 200 meters after the pit boxes to then go out of the pit lane. It's such a long pit lane around here.
And what makes it especially long is that the whole thing happens at 37 miles an hour.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's just why?
That's
possible reason?
I think everything is beautiful about this track, apart from the pit lane, which is probably the worst part about this track.
Yeah, it does make the undercut very, very, very powerful though.
That's what we've seen here today, though. Heblerino jumped the Etcher. And Mason, obviously, I think he went for too big of an undercut, I think was the issue. But I think definitely the lap undercut, the one lap undercut definitely helped. But this has bunched everyone up now, because Heblerino's now in the fight for the lead, even though he has a penalty. 6 seconds worth of penalties, actually. This could put Mason in the battle as well, for the podium at least. But he's got to get past the Etcher as well, who's currently in that battle.
Ooh, as Mikey's on his final warning for a penalty, Leocat has still got 2 warnings to go. Hedrino, she said, Tiger, 6 seconds. The Etcher's on his final warning. Mason has got 3 warnings, but no penalty. Not sure how that works. Revkov has got 4 warnings.
If the safety car doesn't come in this lap, we're going to have 3 laps of race. Well, we're going to have 2 laps of racing, sorry, because the safety car it's going to have to be in next lap.
If the safety car stays out for another lap, I don't think we're going to get... We might get DRS enabled on the last lap. We might get no DRS whatsoever.
That's interesting. It does have to be 2 laps of racing, though, so we will get 2 laps of green flag racing. But as you said, I don't know whether we're going to get any.
Have DRS because it has to be 3 laps after the safety cars come in. The safety car will come in on lap 10, but the drivers will start lap 11 before they cross.
You never know. It might give us a lap of DRS racing. But you never know. I don't know what the game's 25% races are like, to be honest. Well, in this kind of situation. Could be interesting though. This is going to be very, very interesting. Could Mikey steal the win away from Leocat? And if so, it's going to bunch the grid up, because Heblerino right behind Leocat, ahead of Mason. So Heblerino stays where he is. He's going to be on for something there. But to say, Heblerino got 6 seconds of penalties. Mikey on his final warning. Leocat with 2 warnings, so...
And actually, Tyke, all this is doing here is removing the chance for Leocat to get past Mikey on track. Because whilst it's bunched everyone up, don't forget Leocat was already on the gearbox of Mikey. So this is just reducing the amount of opportunities that Leocat now has to get past Mikey. And with that elimination of the DRS threat, it must be said the Irishman must be feeling fairly good under that cockpit and will be hoping the safety car stays out for another lap. But I think he's just finding himself wanting in that department.
I don't think it's going to, though, I think we have to have 2 laps of green flag racing. So I think when we come around through Maggots and Beckett, and then through the final, through Chapel, I think should very, very soon we should get the call for the safety car to come in. Unless I'm completely wrong, but we should do. Yeah, there we are.
There we go.
Safety car is in this lap, so Mikey becomes the de facto safety car, and we will be able to get underway.
You enjoy saying that word, don't you?
Well, yeah. It's a great word. It's a great word.
Oh, and he's not given the safety car enough time to get away. Where does Mikey decide to go? Then he's gone very early before we even get to the final chicane.
No, he hasn't gone yet. He's still got the limiter, I think.
Still going, still going, still waiting, still waiting. Where does he floor it? He's gone.
He's gone now. He's gone now. That's very late. That's very, very late there from Mikey. But here we go now. Green flag racing on the way. And Heblerino right behind us. V-Roby getting the move done onto Hebler into turn 1. And it's all going to be start kicking off. It's Heblerino around the outside of Leocat. He's going to go down the inside of the championship leader. And he's possibly trying to go for that there. Mason's dropped back to 6th. What's happened to Mason now again? And he's being attacked by Eatler as well, who's on fresh tyres. Him and Revkov. Eatler and Revkov on fresh tyres. And Revkov might be looking for the move onto Etcher. Leocat now possibly looking for the move from Mason. There's already, we've got someone out at the back, all annoying out at the back.
And that's mad off the restart.
Mason around the outside of Eatler. Possibly looking for the move.
Mason's dropping for the field. He's down in 7th position now, Tiger. Those softs are not working. Doesn't have the pace today.
Nothing's working for him.
But Leocat now only 2 tenths
V-Roby's gone
behind
round the outside. He's saying into Maggots and Beckett's and Chapel, and he's just overtaken 2nd in the championship through there. That was a ballsy move from V-Roby, but he made it work. And here he comes down Eatler as well. V-Roby's flying at the moment. Here he goes, possibly looking to the inside of Stone. He's going to get the move done here. Oh, and he's ran very wide on the exit, but he's going to keep the position. Will Eatler look for the move back? And he just couldn't go for it there. As BT Nuts looking for the move on the inside of Thiago Santos and DeVille, and he gets the move done as well.
And I so nearly thought Heblerino had that move done on Leocat, but Leo, using his expertise in driving to defend the position and stay up there in P2, 4 tenths of a second between the front two. What can Leocat do now? 2 laps left to go, including this one, and they go onto the Wellington straight for the penultimate time in this race. Will Mikey have to defend? He hasn't used his ERS. Leocat's got more. He's closing the gap and gaining in the slipstream all the time down towards Brooklyn, but nothing that he can do at this point.
Hasn't got enough to say. There's not enough without the DRS. They are so powerful in this game, but just in F1 in general. Like, if we didn't have DRS, we'd literally have like a 2012 season all over again, and we just had nothing. Yeah, really struggling.
We had nothing.
What was it? 2011 was it? Which season had no DRS, but like no curves? Was it 2010?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, 2010 then, sorry. I don't want to say 2012.
You're speaking ill of 2012.
No, I'm not. I'm sorry.
Revkov picking up a 3-second time penalty, but now Leocat, you just think, where's he going to make the move?
V-Roby for a move here. It's a lot of swerving to break the slipstream. Here comes V-Roby. He's probably going to go round the outside into Stowe. He's there, Revkov. What a switchback! I was right on board with that. What a switchback from V-Roby. Wow! There was barely a gap there on the inside of Stowe, but he made it work. And here comes Eatler now and Revkov looking for the move, and he was trying to get that done as well.
No DRS, Tiger. No DRS enabled on the final lap.
So could this be
race control DRS enabled?
DRS enabled. Here we go. Could this be the chance for Leocat to take it? Dapper game and spun round the back. Mason's lost it. Mason spun. Big spin for Mason. I don't know what's happening and if it's got contact, but Mason spun. Here comes Leocat looking for the move, and he can't get it done either.
And now Leocat and Mikey, they're going to have to duke this one out on track for the honours here in the British Grand Prix. Mason is down and out in 15th position. Could this be the red letter day in the championship for Mason? Leocat swings it through Cox for the last time. He's all over the gearbox of the Irish driver in front, through Maggots, through Beckett, through Chapel now for the final time here in the Academy Series. Is Leocat close enough? He's only 2 tenths behind. Leocat is dumping his ERS, so is Mikey. What can Mikey do to defend?
Here comes Leocat.
Has to protect the line.
Oh, Leocat to the outside. Oh, it's contact. Leocat's got double. Oh, they spun. Mikey spun. Here comes Heblerino. Oh, no. I'm sure the stewards are going to have to have a look at that one, because that was not the best. Oh, here comes V-Roby.
But Leocat takes it on penalties. Heblerino had 6 seconds of penalties. What?
Oh my God.
Leocat and Mikey coming together 3 corners from the finish.
I don't even, just said I don't even know that was Leo Cat's fault, you know, because Mason was the one that pushed him wide.
I don't know. I assume the claims will come rolling in, but wow. That was
Heblerino dropped out of the
lead, yeah.
So it is not fully confirmed that is the race winner, but at the moment, without the stewards' input, Leo Cat is the winner. V Roby took second, Toussaint. V Roby in the end took second. I can't remember who took third. Let's have a look.
V Roby almost had the win on the line.
But he didn't. V Roby didn't have that penalty. No, V Roby hadn't had that penalty. De Etcher got a podium. The Austrian got a podium.
Wow.
Mikey 4th, Pepperino 5th. Mason was in 7th.
That was insane. I can't believe I've just seen that. That's 2 races in a row now. This from Sunday to today. 2 races I can't believe I've just seen. I'm just lost for words.
Why is it? That was like Premier Series last season. When Natty and Absolute 11 crashed on the final lap.
As just looking back here at the little driver files that F1 Lover has so kindly done for us on Instagram, that actually did say that he wanted to get 1 to 3 more podiums. He's done and just that today. Start. But Mason has to be the big talking point of this, Tiger. We're covered to 7th on penalties, but that's a lot of points lost now in the championship standings.
But we don't even know who's well, could be anyone who've won this one. Might not even be Leo Cat. We don't know, do we? We don't know what the steward's decision will be, but I'm sure we'll take a look at it too soon when the claim comes in. But what a race!
Yeah, certainly. From the spectators' point of view, that was brilliant.
Apparently, Eater says that apparently the game asked him to give the position back to Mikey when Mikey spun out, when they had a collision with, which was interesting. But even though Mikey was already ghosted, which was interesting from the game. But yeah, wow, what a race.
What is that indeed? What a race.
Crazy race. But yeah, thank you everyone for joining us in the chat. Yeah, we'll obviously, if you just keep an eye on in the Discord or on the website, you'll find out on the actual result of the race. From the point of view, it could have been Mikey, you know. It might actually be Mikey who picked up the penalty, but because it looked like he turned left. But I don't know. I'm just saying from what it looked like, it could be anything. I really don't know. But yeah, what a race, Toussaint, and 4 races left in the academy, and it looks like Leo Cat might have this one wrapped up.
Oh, that is a big commentator's curse there from Tiger.
Oh, you never know.
Leo Cat crashes in all of the next races. You know who to blame, Leo. But yeah, very good job from Leo Cat. He has dominated proceedings so far, and he'll be hoping that there's more of that next week. But we want a championship fight, so if you could crash, that'd be good. no, never wish that was the driver. But very good race from the academy. Very dramatic race from the academy, and we'll see you all next week. Great drive.
Next week, when we'll be in the lovely Spa. Remember, only 4 races to go. It's Spa, Japan, USA, and then Brazil, I believe, to finish it off. To say no Abu Dhabi because no one likes Abu Dhabi. And yeah, so there'll be Spa, Japan, USA, and then Brazil. So make sure you tune in for them. Make sure you tune in tomorrow for the Freshman Premier and not tomorrow for Freshman, tomorrow for the Freshman and Premier Super. Later in the week, also around Silverstone. And GT Sport, the final Group 3 race of GT Sport. And she said, I cannot believe we're already near the end of the GT Sport season already. Like, there's 5 races left. It's crazy.
It is crazy.
But yeah, make sure you tune in for Monza, because Monza is going to be one hell of a race. I'll tell you that. It was last season. It was the season before, and it should be this season as well. There's going to be a lot of slipstreaming and hopefully a lot of overtakes as well. So make sure you tune in for then. And yeah, and Exactify soon, possibly. We'll see. But yeah, see you later, everyone. Make sure you tune tomorrow for the freshman.